Hey, what's up, nerds? It's Paul at Radio Free Hammer Hall. Today we're going to talk about getting started in a new Hedonites of Slaanesh army. So this one is one that I'm actually currently working on myself, so I can kind of give you my thoughts on how I'm approaching it, as well as what I would recommend for other folks. So, basic overview of the army. So strengths for this, it's really fast. Most of your unit types are represented in here somewhere, so it's got a good variety of troops available. Um, the new model range is really good. The downside of that is the old model range, in my opinion, is hideous. I don't like the old, like, demonettes and all of that stuff. That's just not for me. Um, It's a challenging play style because it's high speed, low armor typically. Which, if you like that as a challenge, then that's awesome. If not, then that's going to be a weakness. Uh, and it has a very unique aesthetic. Like, not a lot else really kind of hits the same notes that this does in Age of Sigmar, which is pretty cool. Um, this army can be difficult to play, and historically, it has struggled a lot. When the first Hedonites Battle Tome came out, it was busted sideways, and we've been paying for that ever since. They're just afraid to make this very good. Every time we get a new book, like, half of the mechanics in the army change because they just kind of can't settle on what is depravity. How do you represent excess on the tabletop? So it's been a little bit of a challenge, but I think it's definitely an awesome army and uh, worth getting into if you think it's cool. Okay, actually getting started in this thing. There hasn't been a ton of bundles that have been sold for this. Currently on sale, we just have the Spearhead, which is um, a Shard Speaker, 10 Blissbarb Archers, 3 Slongor, and then 5 uh, of the either Blissbarb Seekers or Slickblade Seekers, however you choose to build that out. Relatively recently, the Sybarite Blade Carnival was also released, and I think with that, it should still be pretty easy to get your hands on. That had a whole lot more in it. A bunch of Twin Souls and Painbringers. It had, I believe, more archers, more slick blades. So just a whole bunch in that box. I think it would be a really good value if you could still get your hands on it at a reasonable price. Then our old stuff. The Demons of Slaanesh start collecting was just all Slaanesh demons. So I don't know if you're going the demon route and you can find this for a reasonable price, then probably go for it. But that chariot in there is a trap and a half. It is not good. So maybe at some point in the future it might be good, but you're going to be dropping money into a model that is just not going to do much for you. And then finally, there was the Wrath and Rapture box that was a like 2-player starter. Honestly, I'm not even sure what was in this. I haven't been able to find any on eBay or anything like that kicking around. I haven't seen it in a long time because this is an old box at this point. So I don't know if you're actually going to ever find any of those around. But just as with many other boxes, just beware that this is a box that is half corn and half Slaanesh. So you got to figure out something to do with that corn half. All right, so next purchases after you pick up, a couple of spearheads, maybe a Sybarite Blade Carnival. What do you pick up next? I think Mirbadesh Painbringers are a solid unit. That box also builds Twin Souls. Your Keeper of Secrets is absolutely like an essential kind of core part of the army. Probably want 1 or 2 of those, depending on how you want to build things out. Sigvald is fantastic, not that expensive. Model is awesome. The Fane of Slaanesh, it's your terrain piece that is free, so definitely pick that up. Um, the endless spells I don't think are that exciting, so not really like a mandatory thing, but certainly worth a pickup there as well if you're going a little bit wider with your purchases. And then lastly, Celeste, um, definitely they're a powerhouse as well. So let's take a quick look at a sample buy list. So this is going to get us up to 2,000 points. So two Spearhead boxes, a Keeper of Secrets, two Twin Soul Painbringer boxes, Fane of Slaanesh, and Sigvald that gets you up to uh, 2,000 points. And you've got a price tag of about $700 to get in. But that is MSRP. You can probably get that for 15, 20, even 30% off of that if you are able to find things. So that's going to be it, guys. This is a relatively simple one. I'm going to be jumping into this myself. Probably going to pick up Blade Carnival and Spearheads, and you know, I already picked up Dexessa and Sinessa and the Endless Spells. So we're going to go from there. Anywho, I will talk to you all later.